So tonight in Cary, North Carolina, WakeMed Soccer Park, we got a little Southern Derby cooking, right? The Charlotte Independents in town to take on the North Carolina FC. It's USL action right here on WRAL2. Hello, everybody. I'm Dean Linke, along with my broadcast partner, Jason Gary, taking off the mask that gave him away to the first several hundred people in attendance. Everybody having a good time. But this game means a lot. North Carolina FC, they're just 4 points out of that coveted 8th spot, and Charlotte Independents, 5 points.
Yeah, it's going to be a great game here tonight, a rivalry game. You got to get up for the rivalry games. I think both of these teams are ready to rock and roll tonight.
All right, North Carolina FC making some moves, a big move, new player in the starting lineup.
Yeah, Zach Steinberger, he's got MLS experience, good USL and NESL experience. He's a true box-to-box midfielder, Dean, and they've stuck him right in the starting lineup. Coach Colin Clark and his coaching staff feels very comfortable playing against him over the last few years. He's going to slip right in there and be asked to do a lot of creative stuff here in the middle of the park.
Yeah, he should be good. He'll wear number 23. Meanwhile, speaking of players that are familiar to us, this young man, he has been a pesky thorn to North Carolina FC.
Yeah, he sure is. From the Raleigh area, Alex Martinez. He's a creative force in the center and midfield for Charlotte. Always looking to make that final pass, that creative play to put his players in a position to score a goal. And you know, coming back here, he's always excited to play in front of his home fans.
Yeah, he played at NC State. His brother Enzo starred at UNC Chapel Hill. It's a Southern Derby. The Charlotte Independents, North Carolina FC. Beautiful night for soccer. We'll have the lineups and the kickoff when we return.
In soccer, every second is monumental. Every moment of the 90 minutes is backed up by months of training, hours of perfecting passes, weeks of tuning your touch. You put in the time searching for your next advantage. We provide the gear that helps you earn it.
Disaster can strike at any moment. But fortunately, Strategic Systems has got your back. If your data has been compromised, Disaster Recovery Services from Strategic Systems will have you up and running in no time. Your data is critical. Protect it.
My name is Clint Dempsey, and I play for Seattle Sounders. If you played on a club team, it gave you an opportunity to get a scholarship in soccer. So going to Dallas, so we lived in Nacogdoches. I went for my first tryout, not really thinking I was going to make it, and ended up making the team. And then it was the reality set in. My parents were like, how are we going to afford this? How are we going to be able to drive 3 hours one way and 3 hours back? I was just lucky that I had parents who were crazy enough to drive me that far to get that coaching. See more at celebratingsoccer.com.
Welcome back to WakeMed Soccer Park, Salem Stadium, Cary, North Carolina, home to the 8, 9, and 7 North Carolina FC, who take on the Charlotte Independents at 7, 10, and 8. Alongside Jason Gary, I'm Dean Linke. Let's take a look at the starting lineup for the home team, North Carolina FC.
Yeah, and there's that guy we talked about in the open, Dean, Zach Steinberger. Going to be asked to do the creative work in their center of midfield. Pretty solid back line. Lito Fernandez sliding in. Be asked to do some of the defensive work there with Connor Tobin. And Daniel Rios, though, he's the guy scoring the goals. Pretty much game in and game out for this North Carolina FC team.
Human highlight reel, T. Shipalani getting a rare start as well on the right side. And Coach Mike Jeffries going with a 3-4-3 for the Charlotte Independents.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting. See, Alex Martinez is going to be asked to create up there in that outside midfield role. A lot of guys with MLS experience on this team, though. Javon Watson with MLS experience, Andrew Dykstra, Yvonne George. Pretty good lineup he's rolling out here. Should be a great game tonight, Dean. Pretty intense rivalry game.
Mike Jeffries always likes being back in the triangle. He was a good player at Duke University, and he's the top man for the Charlotte Independents. And And Colin Clark, the head coach for North Carolina FC, assisted by DeJuan Bader, Nick Platter, Greg Shields, and Michael Milazzo.
And this is the key time of the season, though, Dean. You got to start getting points at home. 3 games in a row. They got to really try to take maximum points. They have a few games in hand on some teams ahead of them in the standings, but got to get these 3 points at home here tonight.
Yeah, so the last time North Carolina FC, as you bring up a great point, Jason Gary, they had 3 home games in a row. Colin Clark said before that very first game, and it was a tough schedule, he wanted to get 7 points. So that means 2 wins and a tie. He got 7 points. This time around, I asked him the same question this week. He's like, we got to get 9. We got to win all of our home games if we're going to make the playoffs. They're 4 points out right now.
Yeah, it's crunch time coming into the season. If you find a way into the playoffs, anything can happen. But right now, they're on the outside of that playoff line. Looking in, need 3 points here tonight.
So here we go. We're underway. North Carolina FC in their familiar home blues. Charlotte Independence in their visiting whites. A 3-4-3 formation for the Independents. A 4-2-3-1, we'll call it, for North Carolina FC, or a 4-5-1. Sometimes it looks like a 4-1-4-1.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting to see how Zach Steinberger is able to adjust. New surroundings, new players, hadn't had much time in training yet. But he's a good soccer player. He's going to be able to put some things together. I think the key, though, is you've got to be able to find Daniel Rios, the guy that's scoring all the goals, create some chances for him. If this team can create 3 or 4 chances, he's going to stick 1 or 2 of them in the back of the net every game.
Colin Clark telling me this morning that he had tried to get Steinberger a couple years ago and couldn't quite work it out. And then when Indy called and said, hey, if we get a player, he'll be available, North Carolina FC was ready to grab him.
I think it's a great move just to bolster this team on this playoff run.
So on loan from Indy 11, out of bounds. The throw in will be for Guillen. On the Iprio sideline report that I did earlier in the week, I called Colin Clark, said, hey, who do you want me to talk about? He's like, talk about my outside backs, DJ Taylor and Aaron Guillen.
Yeah, DJ Taylor for me has been excellent up and down that right-hand side. The one thing to his game is if he can get forward a little bit more and get more involved in the attack, see it here, to make this team very dangerous.
Yeah, here's a great pass to Steinberger. Boy, Steinberger needed to almost let that ball just go into space and go with it.
Yeah, that's just a little bit of an adjustment. He should have let that ball run past him. It could have gone on to goal. And sometimes that's just awareness. Sometimes it's your teammates giving you a shout, telling you to turn.
Middle of the park. Ian knocks number 22 to the ground. That's Joel Johnson. So Charlotte's got a player out there, Javon Watson, that played with Jason Gary. Always love seeing those players.
Did at some point, probably pretty soon. There's not going to be anyone left that I played with. I'm so old. But yeah, Javon Watson, Jamaican. Spent some time with him in Houston. Man, that guy can move up and down the outside. And he's really difficult to get around defensively. I was never fast enough to get around. If I got around him, he'd always catch me.
There's Deleuze tracking back. Of course, Austin Deleuze got a little pep in his step. His Wake Forest Demon Deacons knocked off the number 2 Indiana Hoosiers last night, 2-1, over 4,000 in Winston-Salem for that game as college soccer kicked off this weekend for men's Division I level, and that's a big win for Wake Forest.
Yeah, it sure is. But I love these teams, Indiana, Wake Forest, scheduling these big games at the beginning of the season, test themselves against those out-of-conference opposition.
Yeah, tomorrow night I'll be out here for North Carolina, Indiana, 7:30, a rematch of a semifinal matchup in last year's College Cup.
You gotta love that, though. That's why you go to those big programs, big soccer powerhouses, so you can play in those big-time games.
Tar Heels, they've got Rose up front, Jeremy Kelly, who played actually professionally, I mean, as an amateur with the full team, North Carolina FC. Obviously didn't sign a pro contract, but they've got several players on their roster, the Tar Heels do, that were part of this program. 5 minutes in, no score. Charlotte Independence, and here is Alex Martinez, brother of Enzo Martinez. Of course, Enzo Martinez has been rostered with this team as well, but he's made the jump back into Major League Soccer.
Yeah, Enzo always has that ability, that talent. He just hasn't quite been able to put it together and become a regular on an MLS team. But he's been bouncing around in and out of MLS lineups. The coaches love his potential. You just got to figure out how to put it all together to be an everyday type of MLS player.
Steinberger to T. Shipolani. Shipolani used to wear number 11, now wearing number 22. Wilito Fernandez getting the start in the back, wearing Shipolani's old number 11. Charlotte Independence down near the end line. There's Graham Smith. Forward to Rios, and looked like a foul. Rios is down. Referee not buying it. It's Daniel Gutierrez in the middle. Jeremy Smith on one line, Benjamin Wooten on the other.
I thought for sure that was a foul. Bilal Duckett just got right into his back. And Rios was waiting for the contact and went down. Referee decided to let play continue.
Rios having himself a fantastic season, sitting on 13 goals and 3 assists in all competitions.
Yeah, he's doing his job, isn't he? Yeah. Brought in here to score goals, and he's done it.
Independence, great ball. Played to the feet there of Joel Johnson. From Spain. This is trouble, and a big swing there and a miss. Caleb Calvert.
Yeah, it's a great little ball in here. It's like Ekra just slips this ball in. Good run from Calvert. He just drags this thing wide. Opportunity there to go near post on Alex Tambakis. Just hit that shot too far wide towards the far post.
I mean, any way you look at it, North Carolina FC lucky they're not down 1-0 based on that opportunity.
Great opportunity, one-on-one with the goalkeeper. Could even have taken another touch. Try to draw Tambakis out a little bit.
Tell you what, not a terrible crowd here tonight.
Yeah,
starting to fill in.
Quarter sections are loud though. They're into it. Rivalry game, you gotta love it.
Yeah, exactly. That Southern Derby situation as Miller will try to switch it. So Miller, a right-footed player, playing on the left side with T. Shipolani getting the start. Here's Rios. Steinberger is at the top of the 18. They bring it back to Taylor. Now here's Austin DeLuz. DeLuz has had himself a wonderful season. May not be pinball machine-like numbers stat-wise, but man, he's been good. Rios steps right into that back line. 3 in the back for Charlotte Independence. It'll look like 5 in the back at times. Shipolani keeps it down on the carpet. DJ Taylor mishit it. It'll be throwing back to Charlotte.
Yeah, just a difficult touch there from DJ Taylor, but first time we've really seen T. Shipolani get on the ball. Love to see him get on a little bit more with some space around defenders. He's so dangerous. Everyone around this league knows when he gets the ball running at you, you better watch out for the step over. He can make you look silly.
You got to count them too, right? The number of step overs. Those luchador masks. I'm supposed to plug that a little better in the open there, but you made me laugh so much, you know?
It stayed the same, you know, when I took it off. It was amazing.
Got some good product. The luchador mask, NCFC style, being passed out.
I mean, I can see there's about 10 or 15 people I can see in the stands just from here that are still wearing them.
It's a good look.
It's a good way to get in the stadium if you're banned, you know? Not gonna let you in, you just wear the mask.
9 minutes in, flag is down. Another opportunity, same player. This time it's the post. Now it's cleared off the line there by Guillen. And once again, Caleb Calvert denied.
Great opportunity again. Good play from Charlotte to break down this NCFC defense. Calvert, 2 chances in a row, finds a post on that one, and good cover from North Carolina FC to deny the rebound opportunity there.
So Jason Gary, we're going to need to keep an eye on what's going on back in that line. Lito Fernandez getting the start instead of Michael Harrington. I don't know if that's the issue, but that's twice now that Calvert's been able to beat the trap and get in all alone.
Yeah, I think it's just good timing, and there's too much space for these center midfielders for Charlotte to get their head up and pick out a pass. Good running from Caleb Calvert as well to make himself available, but too much time on the ball for the midfielders to pick that pass out.
North Carolina FC would like to thank Continental Tire, as well as the official hotel partner of the North Carolina Football Club, Summit Hospitality, for bringing you today's game. North Carolina FC thanks all of their corporate partners that are part of the North Carolina FC and North Carolina Courage family. Johnson. Lito Fernandez, such a great athlete as they were trying to find Ekra. Ekra from Paris, France, and Lito Fernandez out of nowhere comes over.
Yeah, it's better cover there from Lito Fernandez, but really Ekra should not be allowed to make that free run and have a player able to slip the ball in. It's too easy for Charlotte right now with North Carolina FC not getting enough pressure on the ball. The Charlotte team has really controlled this game for the first 11 minutes here. That's a good pickoff from Graham Smith.
All right, so here we go. Smith, the piano carrier, will drop it to Shipolani. Shipolani still has Smith available. He's also got Rios. Far side, he's got Miller. Shipolani sends it back across. And now we'll see if Charlotte can counter the other way. They've got decent numbers. They play it to Calvert. Guillen now, and Guillen just for safety knocks it out of bounds.
I think it's a good decision by Aaron Guillen there. Connor Tobin committed himself. Guillen's got to be sure that he wins that ball. Otherwise, Charlotte's racing back the other way.
So throw in for Johnson. Good work in the middle of the park by Smith. Nice work to drop it off to Shipolani as well. He was able to beat two players, but that final pass not there. Alex Tambakis, first choice goalkeeper for Colin Clark all season long, Jason.
Yeah, he's had a good season for me, Alex Tambakis. Still a young goalkeeper, but really grown into the role as a starter. He's been working, obviously, on his distribution. A few games there about a month ago. Had some trouble keeping the ball in bounds, but it looks a lot better here tonight. Goalkeeper coach Nick Platter's been working with him to make sure he cleans up that little piece of his game. Because they really want him to be a distributor from the back as well, to be able to play the ball back to him comfortably, use his feet, and continue that possession style that North Carolina FC wants to play. See him here at the top of the box.
Smith, Miller, now Austin DeLuz. DeLuz, always a lovely left foot over to Shipolani. Shipolani's got Taylor behind him. Steinberger. See what Steinberger can do. Yeah, wins it back for a second and then lost. He's got a different kind of adrenaline, right? New team, gets the start after one practice. That is not a normal routine, and you've been around Colin Clark for a long time. I mean, one practice, starting lineup, that's how special this guy is. Now, keep in mind, Kyle Becker is out because of yellow cards, so they needed a player like him.
Yeah, absolutely, but it was a like-for-like switch for him. It's trouble.
Shipolani trying to stay with it. And Andrew Dykstra in goal for the Independents. Left on the carpet to Johnson. Rowdy crowd tonight. That's like you said it best. Charlotte, Raleigh, 2.5 hours away, 2 hours or so. I mean, derby time.
You gotta like it, but in my experience, these rivalry games, real rivalries are developed by crazy games, right? Where one team steals one and you can get the fans back and forth. So I know they've played a lot over the years, but now that they're in the same league, they're going to be playing each other every single year, I think it really has the opportunity to develop into something special. Doesn't just happen though. You can't force a rivalry onto people. It's got to come on the field as well.
Great point. Miller, a little bit of trouble, does well to just earn a throw-in right over in front of Mike Jeffries, the head coach of the Independents. Miller with the throw-in. Ooh, Fernandez, bad mistake. Alex Martinez.
Lucky he didn't get a foul there. See a mistake from Lito Fernandez, and he comes sliding in. It's dangerous on the sideline there. Didn't make any contact, but
Jason, he left his feet.
It had the marking of a
exactly
car.
What you were just talking about. Crazy plays. Yeah. Yeah, Alex Martinez, I mean, he just brings a different level against North Carolina FC. Started at High Point, finished his collegiate career at NC State.
Much better.
Ooh, Deleuze. Miller. Took him a second to get that gate going.
Yeah, it's better though from North Carolina FC. A little up, back and through. They're going to have to do that to this Charlotte back line. Stretch them, make them turn around and run towards their own goal a little bit.
Smith trying to get there. Martinez keeps it on the carpet, plays it over to Ekra. Ekra, nifty little touch far side. Alex Martinez says that he can handle it. Is coming over in support is Sam Vines. Big connection, this team, to the Colorado Rapids. A lot of players that have had time with the Rapids. Mentioned Enzo Martinez was a roster player. He's now with the Rapids. Select is the official soccer ball of the USL. For the latest Select products and special offers, please visit selectsportamerica.com and receive free shipping on orders over $50. Three in the back. Bilal Duckett, Javon Watson, Bertrand Owundi. Deleuze to Miller. Miller's got Rios. That's a nice ball. Steinberger's going to join in. Rios trying to keep it alive. Rios having a little bit of trouble getting his game going here in this one. Rios is. Every time he turns, seems to be a white jersey right in his grill.
Pretty good battle there with Bilal Duckett, the center back for Charlotte. To me, I'm pretty impressed with Charlotte in the early goings here. They're pretty well organized defensively. Offensively, very opportunistic. Get some good runs from Caleb Calvert. And Ian Ekra's been good. Alex Martinez has been good.
Too long for Rios. Back to Dykstra. Here we are, 18 minutes in, no score. The Charlotte Independents and North Carolina FC. We came on the air talking about the importance of this game. Both teams, right? North Carolina FC, they played 24 games. They're 8-9-7. They have 31 points. Charlotte Independents, they played one more game, Jason. They're 7-10-8, and they're sitting at 29 points. So they're trying to chase down Ottawa Fury at 35 right now.
Yeah, so a huge game for both teams. 3 points just becomes so critical here in the run-up to the end of the season. Got to find your way above that playoff line. It's going to be a tight one all the way down to the end.
Steinberger. T. Shipolani. DJ Taylor has made a run. Shipolani, couple crossovers, runs right into Taylor's man. And now over to Guillen. Guillen going to take a crack at it, and this one will sail into the parking lot.
Guillen, he wasn't ready to shoot that ball. He should have taken a little bit of space and prepared himself before that ball came to him to be able to strike it on target. He just looked awkward as that ball comes across. Gets up underneath it. See, he's leaning back. No chance that one's going to find the target. But I think it was his body preparation before that, and he wasn't ready for it.
Maintenance first, right? Hang on to the adult beverage. Yeah. Worry about the ball second.
You can't be spilling the beer up there.
Good call.
Yeah, we got extra balls down here on the field, you know? That beer is going to set you back a little bit.
That was their plan. They stuck to it. 20 minutes in, no score. sends that into the stands. It was warm early, pretty pleasant night right now though, Jason.
Yeah, it's cooling down, so the shadows coming across the field.
If you're a professional soccer player, if you're any kind of soccer player, you like playing on this field.
Absolutely. And that ball from Juanito Fernandez.
Miller into the 18, first times it, not a bad idea. Rios, instead of a far post run though, had tucked right down the middle.
And not a bad idea, great ball from Fernandez. And I like the early try there from Stephen Miller. Calvert's down.
Calvert's still down as Connor Tobin.
Yeah, I think he might just got his foot stepped on there. After that challenge, Juanito Fernandez, we'll see it here. He just comes down a little awkwardly here. Neither player wins the ball. It's a little awkward the way he lands. I don't think it's a foul at all. Pretty big fellow though up there, the center forward, trying to walk it off.
Mike Jeffries, the top man for Charlotte Independence. Kind of rough going so far for Caleb Calvert. He had a couple breakaways, one that he completely mishit, the other one hit the post. And the post, the best friend really of North Carolina FC, that's the best opportunity so far, and that was as close to scoring a goal as you're going to get.
Yeah, absolutely. He's had two really good chances. But the hallmark of a good forward is you have a short memory. Just looking for that next opportunity. Nothing you can do about the misses. You analyze them real quick for about 10 seconds and move on to the next play. Tell you what, I think there's a little talking going on there between Bilal Duckett and Daniel Rios. And Duckett he's handled him so far, right? Big challenge against one of the best forwards in this league. And he's up for it.
Calvert taken down right there, collision there with Miller.
This is one opportunity. The referee is going to have a conversation with Stephen Miller. Next foul, he's going to be getting a yellow card, I believe. Yep, certainly a foul. It's a bit fortunate probably to escape that yellow card. I think just Graham Smith being right in that area is the only thing that prevented it.
Yeah, that looked like a Carolina Panthers tackle, not a North Carolina FC tackle. He took down the big man. 22 minutes in, no score. Charlotte Independence in Cary, North Carolina to take on North Carolina FC. USL action right here on ESPN Plus and in the triangle on WRAL2. Rios testing that final line, had to cut back. Deleuze thought about popping it over Jason Gary, and this one's going to roll out of bounds.
Yeah, I think Rios had drifted offside. Look at Charlotte, though, getting the ball quickly, trying to play quickly.
Turning back inside with it is Greg Jordan at Creighton University. Part of that San Francisco Deltas team that won the NASL last year. Fernandez. Oof. Step late there, and they'll say off of Fernandez. It'll be a corner kick Charlotte.
Yeah, it was a great attack, though. Great ball from Bilal Duckett, the center back. What a 60-yard ball on a rope. Good attack from Charlotte. They're attacking quickly, Dean. When they get the ball, they're going forward quickly. Pretty direct play so far, but it's working against this North Carolina FC back line in midfield. Big guys up in the back. Beware of Javon Watson. This guy can jump out of the building. I mean, it's unbelievable. His vertical leap.
Keep an eye on him. Corner kick, Independence. Over the head of Calvert and hammered home. The Charlotte Independence. Kevon George, number 13, has made it 1-0. Calvert was in there, so was your man Watson, but it's George with the first goal.
I tell you what, either one of them could have scored. Look at this ball. He's wide open. Kevon George just comes off his mark. Javon Watson's right behind him. It's a great header from George. Just puts it into the corner past Tambakis. But really a free header. He's 8 yards from the goal. That can't happen if you're North Carolina FC. That free header, boom. Put in the corner. No chance for Alex Tambakis.
We've seen Tambakis actually make those saves. But George slid it by him there. So goal in the 24th minute And it's 1-0 Independence, and perhaps a fair scoreline at the moment.
To be honest, it's well-deserved. They've been the more aggressive side in this first half. Could have had a couple more goals if Calvert was a little bit sharper with his finishing, but now North Carolina FC, they've got to figure out a way to break down this back line. Got to get the ball moving more quickly.
So George from Trinidad and Tobago with the goal. Of course, George missing the last game because of suspension, because of cards, and Mike Jeffries said they missed him in a big way. So here he is back in the lineup, and he makes it 1-0.
Yeah, he can get up and down the field, and obviously dangerous on those set pieces, but he works, man. He's going to be chasing down everything from that center midfield position.
Well done, Charlotte Independence. Early doors here, and as we walk you up to minute 26, the George goals made it 1-0. Shipolani, first time. Oh, Steinberger, second opportunity. Welcome to North Carolina FC. Zach Steinberger has tied it at 1.
And he deserves a celebration, Dean. Just what we were talking about. Get more aggressive. T. Shipolani, this is a great run from him. Why not? What a ball this is from him. And Steinberger with a point-blank header. Great save from Dykstra, but what an unbelievable overhead kick there. Side volley. Look at this thing. Great first header, great save from Dykstra. And that ball bounces up. He says, why not? I'm giving it to him. It's a bicycle kick, Dean. What a finish in his first game for North Carolina FC.
Indeed. How about North Carolina FC, and how about Zach Steinberger? One practice, starting lineup, 26 minutes in. He opens up his North Carolina FC goal-scoring account. What a brilliant second effort.
It was unbelievable, Dean, and what a great response from North Carolina FC. I think that's the key. They've got to play more direct. Get T. Shipolani, what a ball he played in. It was a great near post run from Daniel Rios that really created the space for Steinberger. And Dykstra thought he had made an unbelievable save, but what a finish in the end from Steinberger.
Yeah, the composure, like he dealt with the fact that Dykstra was making the save, then he got his body ready and said, I'm gonna go airborne and I'm gonna rip it right through you.
Yeah, and it was only option if he lets that ball bounce. There's a chance for a defender to come in and clear it out. It's a great way to make your debut for your new team.
Can you believe that, right? We talked about the different kind of adrenaline that he's got coming in here, and wow. He's using it, right? He's using that adrenaline.
He's going to be buzzing for the rest of this game, too, for sure.
Yeah, great job by our crew under the direction of Evan Badler and Joe Ferrara, just getting that reaction. Fantastic. That's going to be blowing up Twitter, and the USL's official Twitter feed keeps you up to date with news, live game updates, and highlights from around the league 24/7. Follow at USL on Twitter. Taylor looking for Rios. So Colin Clark talking about, I asked him what's the difference between him and Kyle Becker. He's like, look, Becker's a great player. He's great on set pieces, free kicks, corner kicks. He's a midfielder that can get wide. He said Zach Steinberger, though, this is what he said today, he can score goals. And truer words not spoken, right? I mean, here he is with the equalizer. Now he's on it again. Dummies to Rios, who's taken down. And even that dummy right there, special quality.
Yeah, absolutely. And it was a really good decision from him. Good tackle by Javon Watson in the end to deny Daniel Rios. Yeah, this game has ratcheted up a little bit the intensity, hasn't it, Dean, since that Charlotte goal.
DeLuz and Alex Martinez. Yeah, a little bit of pushing and shoving there.
There he goes.
T. Shipolani looking for Rios. Taylor has pushed forward more than any game we've seen him. I mean, he's been in front of Shipolani a ton. Lolito Fernandez, different kind of player out there, Fernandez. He's a freak athlete.
He's doing a great job feeding Shipolani right now.
Shipolani, little move. Corner kick, North Carolina FC.
Indeed, when he's feeling it, you've got to give him the ball over and over and over again, even if it doesn't work. But he's gotten around his defender every single time so far this game and putting in dangerous balls.
T. Schiffelani, little smile to the crowd. Nice crowd here
Did
tonight.
they give him an assist for the ball into Steinberger, even though Steinberger shot it, it was saved, then scored? Got to, right? Or did Steinberger get his own assist?
That's a good point. We'll have to check that. It was good service for sure, as Fernandez taking the Schiffelani corner off of his head. It's an excellent point. We'll check that for you. Smith can't find Rios, and Schiffelani.
He doesn't get an assist, he should protest. I mean, that was an unbelievable ball.
It was.
Schiffelani
Yeah.
put it on a dime right on his head. Big Daniel Rios. He made the near post run that created the space for Steinberger.
Yeah, he was there too. If Steinberger couldn't set himself to put it in, he could have knocked it over to Rios. But I like what you said with defenders closing down, goalkeeper trying to get reset. He just said, I'm popping this in the air, side volley, smoke show.
Yeah, when you play this type of formation, you have to have one of your midfielders get in the box. That's what Nazmi Al-Badawi did so well for North Carolina FC. And Steinberger, maybe he's that guy that gets to be that second forward up there next to Daniel Rios.
Yeah.
Right, he's got to play with two forwards, and they've done that successfully this year, North Carolina FC. But right now, it's one up there. You've got to get another attacking player in the box, and Steinberger's willing to make those runs and get in there, as evidenced by that goal.
Yeah, we've seen Rios and Lomas. We've seen Rios and Iwolo. And now
Watch
you've
out.
got Steinberger sitting behind Fernandez making a run.
Oh,
Dropped it behind Steinberger. Fernandez, as Steinberger's taken down, this could be a card. It's a yellow card.
it's Kevon George, I believe, the goal scorer.
Yvonne George getting right in Steinberger's face.
Well, when Lito Fernandez when he gets ahead of steam, it's the end of Fernandez's run, just doesn't get a good touch on that pass. Yeah, and Kevon George gets that leg up there a little bit too high for my liking. North Carolina FC, the way Charlotte's set up right now, you just slip T. Schiffelani the ball, let him go down the right-hand side. Look at this.
George has a goal and a yellow card.
That's a pretty good return for a center midfielder, though, right?
Not bad.
You know, you got to get a goal and a yellow card. That's a good day's work. We are only 30 minutes into this thing, though.
And
Look, we're going to go find Schiffelani. Don't blame him.
Deleuze. One bounce, a little bit of trouble there for Dykstra. I think that ball came up and hit him under the chin. 33 minutes in. Exciting first 30 minutes here. You can watch highlights from every game of the 2018 season and stay up to date with news from across the USL at the league's official Facebook page. That's facebook.com/USL Soccer. Minutes in. Charlotte Independence, George with the first goal, answered a few minutes later by the newest member of North Carolina FC, Zach Steinberger. City supporters feeling they've had a pretty good day, a day that started maybe just after high noon.
They are in full voice tonight.
Eckler. Calvert at the moment is offside as Alex Martinez running downhill. DJ Taylor on him. Ooh, this is a
Tough one.
good ball for Miller to take over. Miller's got it. Miller waiting for some more blue jerseys. He'll drop it to Deleuze. Deleuze now to Taylor. Taylor as Martinez lazily comes back into play. He was going to let that one go, but North Carolina FC just weren't ready for the counter that time.
Yeah, Martinez is doing a lot of talking, not enough running for me.
Ian. Find Steinberger. He has been active in and out of the 18 there. T. Shipolani.
He wants it.
Smith. Steinberger will leave it that time.
Yeah, it's a difficult one. Played in with so much pace. I think Steinberger thought someone must be making a run behind him. Graham Smith got a little bit of extra on that pass.
Minutes in.
Pretty entertaining game so far, Dean. Both teams getting after it a little bit.
Yeah, it's been fun. It always is, though, right? It always is. Always great to be here. Best seat in the house. 50-yard line in the perch. USL action. Always enjoy it.
Absolutely. Got some Charlotte fans there, some traveling supporters making themselves known a little bit down in the corner.
Down to the left of us here. Stay with us at halftime. Jason, Gary, and I will take a look at the upcoming schedule. So important as we look at the standings for USL Eastern Conference. Top 8 teams make the playoffs. Miller, too far for Steinberger. Look at Shipolani, gonna try to stay with it. Pressure from Shipolani. Now Fernandez comes in, and that's way too reckless.
Yeah, there's just no reason for him to make that challenge right there. There's nothing Calver can do with the ball. I think it's a little bit harsh with a yellow card, but yeah, there's no reason for him to challenge there, Dean. That ball is bouncing up. There's nowhere for the forward to go. He just gets right through the back of him. Ends up winning the ball, but he can't go through the player to win the ball.
That was a second time situation. He had one when he came across here. In fact, maybe the third time as well. It's been just a tad wild.
Yep.
The referee sees that stuff, and like you said there, I mean, that was just all eyes on him. It was like the ball was in slow motion.
It was. It's just hanging up there. There's nothing you can do. Doesn't matter if you win the ball there, really, right? There's nowhere to go.
Minutes in, tied at 1. Independence got on the board first, answered by North Carolina FC. Aaron Guillen.
Flick.
Steinberger. Now a foot race here. Miller will try to get to it. Play it back to Dykstra. Miller with some high pressure. Rios going to join in. Charlotte does well to handle that pressure. Martinez, little give and go. Tackle there from Miller.
It's a card for sure. Yeah, second one. Remember we saw that one about 15 minutes ago, Dean, where he had the foul. It could have been a yellow card, but Graham Smith was in the area, and that one he was just late again. He was going to get a yellow all day long on that one. See it here, he's just late. There's no reason to go to ground here. Even if he wins the ball there's no one near it to win it, to take it for North Carolina FC. A little bit smarter there, Stephen Miller, not waste a yellow card.
Yeah, there was no ball on the bottom of his foot right there.
And when you go to ground at that point, you're committed. So, you know, Kevon George did a good job, just kind of hanging around a little bit, drawing that foul. But rivalry game, so we talked about it.
Yeah, great call by you, Jason. Seriously, fantastic. Like,
that's what creates these rivalries.
Yeah,
challenges like that.
I mean, it's terrible to say, but you feel like there's some red coming in this one.
You do. I mean, that's on their attacking side of the field.
Yeah,
so it's going to ground.
Martinez knocks the ground by Smith. And then complaining about it.
Yep. I like that play by Smith. Just use his body.
DeLuz squares it to Smith. Smith with Martinez coming from behind. Smith feeling that pressure. This is one back by Miller. Miller's been so quick. Yeah, I thought he was going to turn and hit it. Great call by you again.
I thought he was going to whip that thing to the far post. just giving an effort. It's on his favored right foot. Test Andrew Dykstra back there. But North Carolina FC, Dean, has been really good when they've attacked quickly. When they've tried to hold the ball in the middle of the field and go side to side, it just hasn't been as effective as being a little bit more direct and finding T. Shipolani or finding Stephen Miller as soon as they win the ball.
DeLuz and Martinez, they've had a few words in this one. Mid central to Jordan. John Ekra will drop it back. Johnson. Back to Javon Watson. Minute 40. Charlotte just pinging it around their defensive third. Now they push it forward. Here's a good ball. Ekra. Ekra, can he turn on it? Guillen, good defending by Guillen, did not really allow him to open up his body. Well defended.
Yeah, well defended by Aaron Guillen there. He just chased Ekra down, pushed him outside. To Ekra's credit, though, he really didn't have another option. No one was up there attacking with him. He was all by himself. Communication there from Shipolani and Graham Smith. You notice neither team is really high pressing at all, Dean. They're kind of allowing the opposition to play the ball around the back. Content to defend 15 yards over the side of midfield.
The ball. Long ball to Johnson. He'll chest it down. Slide inside again. Squared ball to Jordan. Great ball in. Back heel. Jordan.
Oh.
Calvert, like,
I don't know what he was thinking.
Jeez, Caleb Calvert, I mean, he missed one, took one off the post, and went back heel that time to Jordan.
I think that's a lack of confidence right there from Caleb Calvert. What an attack, though, for Charlotte. Great build-up play. Slides this one in. That's a great little ball. And Caleb Calvert, just take a first touch. You're one-on-one with Alex Tambakis, or let it run across your body. Might have something to do with those first two misses, Dean, just not having the confidence to take it one-on-one.
It has to be, because he had his shoulder past Tobin.
Yep.
He had him beat, so he could even take contact.
It's either one-on-one or a penalty kick.
Right?
Yep. I think if he had scored one of those first two, he would have taken that one on.
Good hustle from DeLuz.
Again, Charlotte able to find some holes in that North Carolina FC back line.
Rios on it. Rios now to Miller. Miller has made himself available on the left side today. Smith. Shipolani takes a look, spins it, Steinberger! Oh my! When he rose up and snapped his head, obviously our angle wasn't great here. I thought that was gonna peek in.
Yeah,
it wasn't really that close.
I thought I was gonna find the corner of the net too. Look at this, it's a great opportunity though. Just not quite enough power on that header to beat Dykstra, keep it on target. But again, the service coming in, getting the ball early to T. Shipolani, putting in dangerous balls into the box.
T. Shipolani has been clinical today.
I don't think he's lost the ball once. He's gotten 4 or 5 crosses into the box, got the assist on the goal.
Boy, if Shipolani would have won that air ball, then we could have really had something to talk about.
Not known for his heading prowess, I would say.
Not exactly a defensive specialist either.
That's true. I like the way you put that pretty well. Not exactly a defensive specialist.
Here's a good switch from Charlotte. We're in minute 44. Couple goals. Don't anticipate a ton of extended time here, added time rather. DeLuz comes forward. Ian, middle of the park. Rios.
Well done from Rios.
Shipolani looking around. What can he do? Talked about the best seat in the house and how much we love being here. We're grinning because Shipolani's in there. Shipolani's feeling it, right? I mean, in what we do, He makes the job so much fun.
He does, because he's not afraid to do the one-on-one stuff and the exciting stuff. And Charlotte really hasn't adjusted either to make an adjustment to the success he's had down that right-hand side.
Tobin, good little drop to Smith, who always makes himself available. DJ Taylor. Rios.
Careful here.
Smith's got to slow down Martinez.
Yeah, well done. Good defending from Tisha Kalani that time. Tracking back.
Martinez is going to stay down at the moment. They're going to play on at the moment, and it might be...
Agree with it.
Yeah. Miller.
Lots of good tackle from him.
And that's the whistle right there. So how about no added time? None. Welcome to North Carolina FC. Zach Steinberger, acquired on loan from Indy 11 a couple days ago, able to answer the goal from George for Charlotte, and we're tied at 1.
Yeah, pretty good first half from both teams. I think there's some adjustments to be made by both coaches, though, but I think we're in for a great second half, team. This thing should get pretty intense. Already 3 or 4 yellow cards out there. I think we could potentially see a few more in the second half.
We come back, we'll take a look at the upcoming schedules for both these teams, maybe even peek at the standings, look at the highlights. So much fun. 1-1 at the half, North Carolina FC and the Charlotte Independents. Boy, look at that scene right there. Beautiful night, beautiful stadium, USL playing the beautiful game, right? Your halftime score, North Carolina FC 1, Charlotte Independence 1. Little Southern derby right here at Wake Med Soccer Park. Hello, everybody. I'm Dean Linke with my national champion and Mac Herman Trophy winner, MLS champion. You got it all, Jason Gary, and we got a good one here tonight.
Yeah, I think so. Both teams showing some pretty good stuff in the first half. Saw 2 excellent goals, and I think this second half we're really building up to something, Dean. You kind of get the energy in the stadium, and the fans are excited. I think we're in for some more goals in the second half.
This game's so important. We'll take a look at the upcoming schedules for both teams as we're heading down the stretch run, right? And coming into this game, North Carolina FC 4 points out, Charlotte 6 points, and 3 home games in a row, including this one.
Yeah, absolutely key to get 3 points in each of those home games, because then you got to go on a road trip. You got 3 in a row on the road that are difficult games against some of the better teams in the league for North Carolina FC. So this homestand is huge as they push towards the playoffs.
Take a look at the upcoming schedule for the Charlotte Independents as well. And they've got some home games coming up.
Yeah, they sure do. A few home games. You see that little friendly game against Santos Laguna. First division teams in Mexico. That should be a pretty good event over there in Charlotte. But then they got to travel to Charleston to see the Battery. And then again, back at home against the Red Bulls.
So you've heard Colin Clark say before, must win, but he's right. I mean, home games, you got to protect the home turf and take 3.
Absolutely, it's so key, especially in a stretch run, because not only if you win at home and you get the 3 points, that's great, but it also builds your confidence as you go in to try to make a run at the playoffs. And if you get above that line and you get in the playoffs, anything can happen, and what every professional is playing for is a championship.
Some great goals here tonight. Great goals, as always, in USL. USL Productions, you do a phenomenal job. My favorite part of the show, let's take a look at Week 23 highlights, USL style.
I was born from the bottom, but raised to the top. I was born from the bottom, but raised to the top. I was born from the bottom, but raised to the top. I'ma keep on climbing, I ain't gonna stop. I was born from the bottom, but raised to the top. I was born from the bottom, but raised to the top. I was born from the bottom, but raised to the top. I'ma keep on climbing, I ain't gonna stop.
Thomasina Molson looking for number 14. There it is.
Cross comes in towards the back post, and Foster Langsdorff has his 11th goal this season.
The corner of the 18. Cross comes in, and a goal for Foster Langsdorff. It's his second of the evening. Into the box, a strike, and a goal. Christian Valesky. Guess who? Again, Valesky with his second. Slides it across, Michael Seaton. Seaton in on goal, Michael Seaton, he's at the brace.
Ledesma right at the edge of the 18, takes a shot, and Manu Ledesma does it again!
Now Spees gives it a go, and Spees finds the back of the net. Game of one-upsmanship from the Indy 11 this season. Rebound comes out though, and it's stuck right back in. And guess who? Solomon Asante. Chance now for St. Louis. Long overdue goal for Corey Herzog. Here's Carl Howarth, and the shot, and it is 1-0 Ottawa Fury FC.
Here's Alizane to strike. It hits the frame of the goal and goes in. Laid off to the path of Barry. He's onside, and he fires it home.
It'll be Gordon to strike with his right boot, hits it, and puts it in the back of the net.
To Velasquez. He'll take a crack through distance, and a goal. Chandler Hoffman redirects it for the goal.
Here's another opportunity. Dixon shot, and a score.
Back to Corbin Bone. Bone inside of the 18. Buries it in the back of the net.
So Belmar now into the area crossing Belmar. Losing his defender, Belmar. Shirley. Blackwood gets the goal.
Great save by Kendall McIntosh. Shot getting a piece of it.
What a save.
Great stop by Dykstra.
Oh, what a save by Vaughn Williams.
Cardoni with an impressive save.
A brilliant save.
Great goals, great saves, USL, big-time action right there. I love that piece from USL Productions. And Jason Gary, we're getting ready to take a look at the USL standings. We keep talking about crunch time. We'll break it down right here when we look at the standings, my man.
Yeah, absolutely. So a lot of games in hand for a few of these teams. North Carolina FC right there, sitting in the 10th spot. Got to get above that line. But some games in hand on some of those teams ahead of them in the standings, but talked about it. 3 points at home, 3 in a row here at home. Can they get 9 points and vault themselves up the standing? And really, FC Cincinnati just running away with it a little bit. The class of the league so far this season. But saying that, Dean, they're going MLS next year. If you get in the playoffs, anything can happen in that playoff format, but FC Cincinnati has really been the best team in the league so far.
So when we go to the second page, Jason Gary, that's where we'll find Charlotte. It really is nice, though, by the way, to see NCFC on that first page.
Yeah, absolutely. Most of this season they've been down on that second page, but been on a pretty good run here of late, getting some results. See if they can get 3 points here tonight at home. And really, they're 6-pointers at this point, Dean, right? They get 3 points. It doesn't allow Charlotte to move up in the standings at all either. So all those 6-pointers as you get them in the playoffs.
Let's take a look at some scores around the league going on tonight here. As you'll see, Louisville, they're the winners last year. Charleston, that's a good team too.
Yeah, we saw Charleston a few weeks ago. They're an excellent team. They're up 3-0 against the New York Red Bulls. And Louisville City, kind of see a theme here. Some of the better teams in the league getting things done here, up 2-0 at halftime.
Here at halftime, it's North Carolina FC 1, Charlotte Independence 1. We come back, we'll take a look at the first half highlights, show you the goals, some physical play, fans having a good time. 1-1, Wake Met Soccer Park and Cary. Stay with us, everybody.
In soccer, every second is monumental. Every moment of the 90 minutes is backed up by months of training, hours of perfecting passes, weeks of tuning your touch. You put in the time searching for your next advantage. We provide the gear that helps you earn it.
Disaster can strike at any moment. But fortunately, Strategic Systems has got your back. If your data has been compromised, disaster recovery services from Strategic Systems will have you up and running in no time. Your data is critical. Protect it.
My name is Clint Dempsey, and I play for Seattle Sounders. If you played on a club team, it gave you an opportunity to get a scholarship in soccer. So going to Dallas, so we lived in Nacogdoches. I went for my first tryout, not really thinking I was going to make it, and ended up making the team. And then it was the reality set in. My parents were like, how are we going to afford this? How are we going to be able to drive 3 hours one way and 3 hours back? I was just lucky that I had parents who were crazy enough to drive me that far to get that coaching. See more at celebratingsoccer.com.
In soccer, every second is monumental. Every moment of the 90 minutes is backed up by months of training, hours of perfecting passes, weeks of tuning your touch. You put in the time searching for your next advantage. We provide the gear that helps you earn it.
Disaster can strike at any moment. But fortunately, Strategic Systems has got your back. If your data has been compromised, disaster recovery services from Strategic Systems will have you up and running in no time. Your data is critical. Protect it.
It does feel like a full moon kind of night, doesn't it? Southern Derby style, rivalry. The yellow's appropriate as well. We've seen some yellow cards as well. It's North Carolina FC 1, Charlotte Independence 1. Dean Linke with Jason Gary. Jason, let's go to work and show you the first half highlights. We had some good action here.
Yeah, we sure did. And early on, it was Charlotte taking advantage of a back line, trying to pull the offside trap. Caleb Calvert here breaks in, but cannot find the back of the net. Good cover there from North Carolina FC, the defenders as well, but Caleb Calvert just couldn't beat Alex Tambakis. He had an opportunity about 2 minutes before that as well on a breakaway and wasn't able to convert. And we see it here, though, the corner kick, some good sustained pressure. Kevon George finds the back of the net, really totally unmarked there, about 8 yards from goal. Alex Tambakis not able to keep it out, and it was a great start for Charlotte.
Trinidad and Tobago smooth, George is.
Absolutely, but then here it was right away, really, is the return here for North Carolina FC. Zach Steinberger, the first header saved, and then the side volley bicycle kick. I'm going to give him a bicycle kick. You know, it's a little bit to the side. What a finish from Zach Steinberger in his first game with North Carolina FC.
Only one practice, and how about Zach Steinberger? Welcome to your new club as we take a look at the first half stats. Possession in favor of North Carolina FC.
Man, for me, it was a pretty even half.
Yeah.
I think Charlotte created a little bit better opportunities, 3 or 4 that they could have scored goals on. But North Carolina FC kind of got into the game a little bit in the last 20 minutes or so, and were pretty dangerous, especially T. Shipolani on the right-hand side.
All right, you see these 3 yellow cards. You saw the full moon as well, the full moon. That is yellow. Let's take a look at some of that physical play that we saw in the first half.
Yeah, absolutely. These guys were getting after it. Wilito Fernandez here playing the ball short. Kevon George got a goal in, got his yellow card for the foul here on Steinberger, but the challenges have been flying in. Look, Kevon George was not happy about that. And you see here, Wilito Fernandez just way too aggressive into the back of Caleb Calvert there, the forward for Charlotte. Deserved yellow card for him, but I think we're going to see at least 2 or 3 more in the second half, Dean. This thing is going to get ramped up. There's Stephen Miller just sliding in late. Silly foul, but a really aggressive game for both teams here.
So 2 yellows for North Carolina FC, 1 for the team in white. That's the Charlotte Independents. That's your goal scorer for Charlotte, Kevon George. He's silky smooth. He scored that goal, just no problem, pretty calm. He addressed Mr. Steinberger for what he thought was maybe a little bit of acting, and then he moved on.
Yeah, he's a good player for me.
How about this guy?
Yeah, Steinberger, great first half, got a goal, was involved in some other good opportunities. Man, this thing is setting up. Should be a barn burner here in the second half, Dean, if both these teams come out the way that I think they're going to come out.
Second half about ready to start. I want to thank USL Productions one more time for all of their work on our halftime shows. I really do look forward to that because, you know, we don't get to see all the teams. And you mentioned the great goals. Those were big-time saves we saw there.
You know, as an old forward, I'm partial to all the goals, but I guess we give the goalkeepers a few highlights, you know?
Yeah, save after save.
So sometimes they try to make him look a little better. You know, they embellish a little bit, the goalkeepers.
Fly in the air a little more, roll around.
Dive and fall down, you know?
Speaking of that, this week on my United Soccer Coaches podcast, great visit with Tony Meola, who I think is one of the all-time great soccer icons here in the USA.
Absolutely. And the job as a broadcaster as well.
So here we go. North Carolina FC in their home blues. Charlotte Independents, they're visiting whites. North Carolina FC would like to salute the North Carolina Education Lottery, particularly the North Carolina Education Lottery Carolina Keno. As Carolina Keno gives you the chance to win up to $100,000 every 5 minutes. Visit nclottery.com to find out where you can play Carolina Keno. And we're going to switch soccer balls. Don't see that every day.
Yeah, a little equipment malfunction there. Is Tom Brady in the house, Dean? What's going on?
You heard it.
Sorry to other Patriots fans watching.
Deflategate comment. Wilito Fernandez. Taylor. Fernandez brings a little different dynamic as well. He's fun to watch.
He had a run in the first half where I thought he wasn't going to stop, and no one was going to be able to stop him.
He also had a couple long balls that were pretty precise. You pointed them out. Yeah, you look at those standings. I mean, the one thing Colin Clark talks about is that, you know, that 6-point swing, right? If you win the game, you're 3 further up. If you lose the game, it's as if you've, you know, dropped back 6 more. I don't quite get it, but that's how he explains it. But you know what I'm talking about, that 6-point swing.
Yeah, there's just 3 points that you're not able to get, right, if you lose the game. And there's only a certain number of points left available to win. So coaches are looking at that every single night. Who's won, who's lost, who's tied, how many points are still available, which games they think they can win. Certainly, I think both of these coaches and these teams will think the opportunity to win this game here tonight.
Taylor cleaning up. Fernandez needs to get back in play here. Look at this run.
More high pressure here from Charlotte. They're sensing something. Good outlet pass, though, from Wilito Fernandez.
Rios, let's see what he can do. Shipolani wants it. Oh, and just too short for Shipolani. He had made an angled run.
Yeah, he really had. He was in a good spot. Rios just didn't get the pass right.
Well, Lito, it reminds me of playing doubles tennis, right? With the guy that would come over into your quadrant to take the ball, right?
Say, hey, man, you just stay on your side and deal with those balls over there. I like it, though. He's showing some initiative.
Yeah, he looks like he could play 2 games today. Another great ball. Steinberger, go! It's got to be! And how about North Carolina FC? It's Miller time!
I'll tell you what, Dean, you talked about it. Staying on your side of the field. Connor Tobin tells Lito Fernandez, get on the right side, and he takes a great run here. Look at this ball, though. This is a fantastic ball, well weighted, great run from Steinberger off the shoulder of the defender, and this is as easy as it gets. Ball across the top of the box, right on the 6-yard box, and Stephen Miller won't have an easier finish all season.
We called it a goal before it was a goal, right? You said it first. I backed you up, and how about North Carolina FC? A little Miller time action.
That was excellent. Credit to Lito Fernandez, though, for really creating that play. And the run from Steinberger, that deep-lying midfield role, getting in behind the back line has made the difference here tonight.
So 2-1.
And you got to do the Miller time shout-out, didn't you?
You know it. I love it. Cipollani. And here's Miller. You were waiting for that Miller time, weren't you?
I love it. But again, what a run from Steinberger, though. We talked about it. If you're going to play with one forward, someone from your midfield has got to get up there to help him, right? And he made a great run off the shoulder of the last defender. And just a quality ball across for a tap-in for Stephen Miller. What a great way to start the second half for North Carolina FC. Well, Lito's feeling like the playmaker now. Look at him.
Yeah, I mean, you can tell that. We just talked about he's one of those players that you kind of sit up and watch. Sometimes you kind of like catch your breath. Not always the best way, but I like the action he brings. Here's Cipollani. Speaking of action, the human. Highlight reel, number 22. Let's see what he can do here. Was trying to do that nutmeg.
He was. Playing with some confidence, though, right now, North Carolina FC.
DJ Taylor now back to Cipollani. Cipollani is slicing and dicing, folks. Aaron Guillen, Deleuze, so clean. Miller, Steinberger! How about North Carolina FC? Steinberger with 2.
What about that for a debut, Dean? You can see it developing. Great confident play from North Carolina FC all over the field. And Zach Steinberger poaching in the box. What a finish. It's a great ball out from Austin Deleuze here. First time ball, creates this play, and then Stephen Miller gets his head up, finds him. Steinberger's making a late run, and this is a brave header from him. Andrew Dykstra coming off his line. Fantastic finish from Zach Steinberger, and has really just turned this game totally around for North Carolina FC.
So I think they might be giving Steinberger a yellow card.
Who cares?
Yeah.
If you're him, you don't care at all. 2 goals and an assist, why not?
Oh, you are on your A game tonight, my man. You are broadcasting like he is playing. Who cares indeed? Colin Clark, what a pickup for Colin Clark. Kurt Johnson, Steve Malik, and the gang. 3-1.
And an assist. You got to get a yellow card in there. Fill out the stat sheet.
Yeah, load it up.
I mean, the way he's playing right now, he wants another one, chasing everything down. First game for your new team.
And you said it too, brave header. I mean, you're going in there, eyes thinking about shutting just a little bit, right?
Absolutely. Oh, look at those.
Stayed with it. Charlotte Independence, folks, were leading this game 1-0. But North Carolina FC has answered with 3 goals. Their newest acquisition, Zach Steinberger, by way of the Indy 11 on loan. We'll see what Charlotte Independence can do. Certainly plenty of soccer action left here. We're only in the 54th minute. Boy, Stephen Miller, I mean, he got the goal. That pass was Beautiful.
Yeah, he got his head up. It's an early ball from Austin DeLuz as well, though. Instead of taking a touch, DeLuz plays it first time, and Stephen Miller is able to get his head up and pick out Steinberger. Little things, that's what it's all about, Dean, moving quickly up the field.
Cipollani's open on the far side, had his arm waving.
Kind of just get the feeling that the energy North Carolina FC, the confidence they're playing with right now, it's really palpable in this stadium right now.
Indeed.
I think Coach Jeffries with Charlotte's going to have to make a change at some point here just to try to get his team a little bit inspired here.
Yeah, that's a great point. Jake Harmon available. Carlo Perez. Lungi. Different options for Mike Jeffries. Meanwhile, if you're wondering what Colin Clark and DeJuan Bader have, they've got some scorers on the bench as well. Good cut back in here by the Independents. Phenomenal tackle by Aaron Guillen.
Yeah, you called it, Dean. A great tackle from Guillen. He got beat initially, but chased the play down. Didn't foul.
Go ahead and give it to him. T. Cipollani making the runs. Got to wait for it just a second. And T. Cipollani wanted to just run right onto it. Comes back to it. Taylor's there. Cipollani's still available. T. Cipollani with some space. Cipollani step over, down. Pops it over. Trying to get cheeky.
He did. He tried to play that little chip to the back post. That's all right, though. He receives this ball on the outside. Think he's going to cross it? No, thank you. I'll just do a few step overs. Take the player on. He tries to chip this to the back post. Just gets the technique a little bit wrong. It slices off the outside of his foot. But man, I'll tell you what. This lead, if they stay strong defensively, there's going to be a lot of opportunities going forward here on the counter for guys like Cipollani and Steinberger and Daniel Rios.
Whistle there. To me, you're asking for trouble if you're giving T. Cipollani that much space and letting him come at you.
Yeah, you have to get as close as you can to him when that ball is traveling in the air. Otherwise, you give him space to run at you. Good luck trying to defend him.
Yeah, he will cause what one of my coaches used to call dinner time fodder, and that's not good fodder. They'll be laughing at you, right?
Yep. You know some of these outside backs in this league have nightmares about defending T. Cipollani one-on-one over and over again.
The tackle there from Steinberger. Now Taylor will play it back to Fernandez. Meanwhile, Mike Jeffries has been pretty calm. Not a ton of yelling and screaming.
Great touch by Steinberger. I mean, he was getting manhandled by the defender there, still able to bring it down.
Ian tracks all the way back. Ekra fouls him.
Yeah. It's well done again. Aaron Guillen's made several really, really good defensive plays here in the second half. That was one of them. See it here, just chase down, get his body between the attacking player and the ball, forces Ekra to try to do something, pushes him in the back. Allows North Carolina FC to reset and get some players up the field.
Look at Fernandez just stroking perfect passes from the back line. Did you see that one? That was 30 yards.
It was great. But that's what has made it more effective in the second half. They're playing those longer balls. It's trouble here. Some of those longer balls from the back that are causing Charlotte some problem. They're basically skipping the midfielders of Charlotte.
Boy, Martinez almost served up another one there for Steinberger. Flag is up this time.
And they finally got that line right. Connor Tobin and Wilito Fernandez. Caleb Calvert just drifting offside.
Can tell you that the North Carolina Courage with a tie today out in Seattle. So now they're 16 wins, 1 loss, 6 draws, 54 points.
Unreal.
Juggernaut.
Yeah, it's unreal. Charlotte get a little more aggressive here, pushing some numbers forward, making it difficult for North Carolina FC.
Alex Martinez, DJ Taylor, nice matchup. Missed there by Smith, cleaned up by DeLuz. He looks up, finds Rios. Oh, good idea.
Just got to keep possession now.
Hernandez.
He's feeling it, and he's feeling it. He's confident playing those passes in, playing them in with pace as well.
They may have found something there.
Yep. Run from Rios. This is better for North Carolina FC. Winning 3-1, keep possession. When you can go forward, great, but make sure you keep possession.
Steinberger creates his own space. Rios back to Shipolani. Shipolani will drop it to Smith. Smith to Taylor. Taylor now going to try to do his own. No. Thought he was going to go T. Shipolani style. Instead drops it to Smith. Look at this patience, up 3-1, minute 60. Miller time, far side, over the head of Steinberger that time. A little bit of push there from Tobin.
Yeah, but that's good stuff from North Carolina FC. If it's going to be Caleb Calvert all by himself up there against 3 defenders, it's going to be difficult for Charlotte.
Good crowd here tonight. I can tell you that the USL will surpass 2 million in total attendance this week, maintaining a record pace in the stands for the league's modern era. The league and its teams would like to thank you, the fans, for the rising support you have provided over the course of the season as we head toward the 2018 USL Cup playoffs. That's well said right there. Good stuff from the USL, and I agree. Great crowds all over the country.
Trouble here.
Ball to Calvert. Calvert, he's desperate for one, folks, and knocked out of bounds there. Corner kick. Corner kick. Charlotte Independence.
Yeah, well done from Fernandez there. Had to recover because North Carolina FC were out of position. Let's see what Charlotte can do here on the set piece. The big guys coming up from the back. Javon Watson. Seen Kevon George score in the first half off a corner kick.
Driven in. Goes off the head of Rios. Always love when your number 9s come back and help out on corner kicks. Here's Rios going to try to defend some more. Vines will get it back. Little give and go. Vines, that's a pretty good ball. Knocked
Ian again.
out of bounds. Ian, boy, we have seen him make those sliding tackles. This back line, athletic. And then the Warrior with Tobin. Martinez goes down again. He's been down more than he's been up. Miller, DJ Taylor. Steinberger, don't forget him, number 23. Rios as well. Steinberger leaves it for Rios. Handled there by Dykstra.
Yeah, it was a great counterattack. Well played from Austin DeLuz and Stephen Miller.
And the runs.
Yeah, the runs. Lots of players getting forward in the end. It's a pretty tame effort from Daniel Rios. No trouble really for Dykstra. It's a little bit off balance. He was stagnant. Couldn't drive his foot through it. Yeah, it was coming. There's going to be a bad foul coming. You can see the frustration building up with Charlotte. This is a late one here against Stephen Miller.
Miller, Philly tough.
Yeah, this is just awkward. I think it's Joel Johnson here. Ball's away. Stephen Miller turns, plays it. Crunch right on the top of the foot. That one doesn't feel very good.
You've had a few of those, haven't you?
Yeah, a few. Got a goal and assist, though. It'll be all right. Recover a little bit better if you have a goal and assist and get your foot stomped on. Go for it, Taylor.
DJ Taylor. Dykstra continues to spill him just a little bit.
Yeah. DJ Taylor doesn't find himself in that position very often. Put his foot through it a little bit.
Tobin will be a throw-in for the Charlotte Independents, 64 minutes in. So Jason Gary, we talked about it right off the top, the fact that Colin Clark said 3 in a row at home. We got 7 last time, we got to get 9. Knowing that response after being down 1-0 was about as positive response as you could ask for.
Yeah, it sure was. Didn't take long for them to tie the game up and come out with a great attitude in the second half. I thought a very attacking-oriented attitude, getting forward, getting bodies in the box, and 2 excellent goals. He's offside.
Yep.
I mean, Calvert, he was standing 3 yards offside. Not sure what he's thinking about up there.
Yeah, I think the play that describes his game tonight was that back heel after missing those first 2 shot opportunities. He was in.
Yeah, I agree. That's not playing with a lot of confidence right now.
I'm trying to think if we went back and looked at all the video of Maryland's all-time leading goal scorer, high pick in MLS, whether you missed 20 shots, if you ever backheeled when you were in all alone.
No, I wanted to score too bad. I didn't have the skill to backheel. Maybe a bad first touch might have been the answer there, you know?
Yeah, maybe a swing and a miss or something, but not a backheel, right?
No backheel.
Got to be pretty cool for you growing up in Louisiana and making that run with Maryland. Successful run in MLS where you won an MLS Cup. As Charlotte will get it out wide. It's handled there by Tim Bacchus. To be back here now, not only just doing these games, but the man who helped you as a youth player, Gary Butte, heads up NCFC Youth, a huge, huge part of what we're doing here with NCFC and Steve Malik and Kurt Johnson. That connection's got to be pretty special for you.
Yeah, it's been awesome to grow up in Louisiana. It was really the reason I went to Maryland, Gary Butte, and they've really got things working here with the youth program, through the pro program. It's pretty good stuff. Great time to be involved in soccer in the Triangle.
Even tonight with the Southern Derby, there's a different air about what's been going on. Last week, the North Carolina Courage getting the shield, terrible weather, come back the next day, 10 a.m. There's 5,000 people here at 10 a.m.
It's unbelievable.
Lito Fernandez, got to be careful. Yep. He's got that yellow. Slips, and finally they recognize that the flag is up. 67th minute.
That's the good and the bad, right? And that's just what you were talking about with Lito Fernandez. You have a big upside, but then I would not have been surprised if he'd have gone to ground there and gotten a second yellow. So just got to be careful. No reason for it. Up 3-1.
No, and here's the thing. Knowing that you've got to have those 9 points, he's been, great. He's a guy that I think you want to keep in the lineup.
He's had great moments.
Yeah, so you don't want him to take a red and miss the next game. You might want to keep little Uncle Mo going there with that guy.
Yeah, Coach Colin Clark, I don't think he was very happy with the short ball there from Tambakis to Fernandez. Something to the tune of, we're up 3-1, play the ball up the field.
Something to that too.
Without a few other words, I think.
Ian. Back to Tim Bacchus.
Better clearance from him.
Deleuze has had himself another fantastic game. Shipolani, first class. Miller, first class. Steinberger, double first class, if there is such a thing, right?
Yeah, he's man of the match for sure as it stands right now. Be surprised to see Coach Colin Clark take a look down his bench and see if to make any changes, maybe in the midfield a little bit, maybe bring in, we've got a Marcel Canziora that's very tidy on the ball, can kind of settle things down a little bit.
Steinberger, he's got 2, and he's bumped to the ground looking for a whistle. Referee says no. I thought maybe he could have got that. Martinez back up with it. DJ Taylor.
Yeah, that's great.
Space. Uh-oh, here we go, Cipollani. Look at Cipollani just doing everything right. I mean, just his stride right there was perfectly timed. Go back with it. Number 22.
Defenders.
Back to Deleuze. Deleuze. Steinberger rolls off of it. Deleuze. Oh! My! And how about North Carolina FC? Benjamin Button style. Austin Deleuze.
Look at this. 3 defenders came to T. Cipollani because he's having such a good game. No one's around Austin Deleuze. He's able to walk this thing up to 20 yards away, and he pounds that thing with his left foot right underneath Andrew Dykstra. He's like, no one's going to come guard me? Fine. I'll have a rip at it. Puts that thing right towards the near post. Great finish from Austin Deleuze. And he just stands there and takes it in from the supporter section. Look at that.
Welcome to the Boneyard, right? Austin Deleuze. Really the face of the franchise. They got those Deleuze t-shirts out and about in the community now. You're seeing number 6 everywhere. Did we not just talk about how great his game has been? And that was, we said that word smoke show. That was a smoke show right there.
And off and running. Charlotte really in shambles right now. See, North Carolina FC can continue to close this thing out, but they look likely to score another goal or two, don't they?
They do. Mwapi, you see him come in now for Mike Jeffries and the Charlotte Independents. Colin Clark's got some players warming up, but who do you pull? I mean, everybody's playing great.
Yeah, everyone's rolling.
Jake Armin's going to come on for Sam Vines. I think Armin might be a Maryland boy. Check that. 71st minute. Rios wants to get in on it. Last line.
Yep.
Last line right there. Rios. What color is it going to be? Let's see. There's a yellow. And a free kick opportunity for Rios, who looks very interested in taking it.
Yeah, I think that's his ball for the fight he's had tonight. Been battling. You see it here, the defender there just drags him down. A little fortunate, he's lucky Javon Watson's right next to him, otherwise that's a red card. That's what the referee saw. There was another player in that area.
Woundy with the yellow card, Bertrand Woundy. Rios, he earned it, so I think he's gonna take it. He's not giving it away to anyone.
I don't think anyone's gonna have a chance to hit this free kick besides Daniel Rios. Aaron Guillen's trying to make a play for it, though. That left foot.
Smoke still hovering. A lot of smoke bombs, right? 4 of them.
Yeah, it's hovering right above Daniel Rios there. Here we go.
Rio. Oh! Daniel Rios, and how about North Carolina FC?
Dean, you called it. No one else was going to get the opportunity to take this free kick. And Daniel Rios just steps up. Look, 2 steps over the wall, into the side netting, past Andrew Dykstra. Nothing the goalkeeper can do about it. North Carolina FC off and running. Thought they'd score a few more goals, didn't we?
Well, and you know what? Rios has got to be going, wow, wait, who's the Zach Steinberger guy? I'm the goal scorer here, right? And he's saying, let me hear you, Oak City supporters. Daniel Rios, 14 goals on the season for North Carolina FC. And that smile tells the story.
That's it. And if you're Coach Colin Clark, what else do you need from this game? You would want your center forward to get a goal to keep a run going, right?
Absolutely.
Did. Fantastic free kick from him.
Calvert offside again. Oh, meanwhile, the human highlight reel has left the game. T. Cipollone is out as Marcel Canziora.
Yeah, Cipollone's earned it, though. He was just electric from the opening whistle here tonight, and was really the spark, I think, Dean, along with Steinberger, that got this team up and going. Frustration a little bit settling in for Charlotte.
That's so well said. I mean, Cipollone, we've said ever since he rejoined the team, right? I mean, he was, let's be blunt, he was talking about retirement, right? He was trying to find a team. Had to probably take a different kind of deal to get back on the team. We knew we were going to see sparks. He was going to be available. But you have said if the real T. Cipollone can come back and play like he can take over a game. And it's like his confidence electrified it even Steinberger, right?
Absolutely.
Now here's Rios. Miller has switched over to the right side with Cipollone now on the bench. 2 goals from Steinberger. Deleuze has 1. Rios has 1. Miller has 1. That's right, 5 goals, 5, count them, for North Carolina FC.
Yeah, just an offensive explosion here in the second half. Everyone on the field for North Carolina FC playing with confidence. They all think they're going to score a goal at this point. Steinberger and Daniel Rios. That's what happens when you score a few goals, man. You get the confidence, you'll chase the ball all night long.
Five to 1. Miller might not be done, folks. They're just having fun out there at the moment, right?
Yeah, I think so. Not much opposition put up by Charlotte at this point. Pretty good ball there.
Calvert. Nice ball squared. Heavy touch, though, from the sub, as he used to live out in Southern California. One of my idols, Chick Hearn, longtime broadcaster during Showtime for the LA Lakers. And when the game was over, he would start talking about the Jell-O jiggling in the fridge. It is ready. It's jiggling. This game is over.
Yeah, this is done. The question is, are we going to see a few more goals here? But what a performance in the first 75 minutes by North Carolina FC. See some substitutions now from Coach Colin Clark.
Thibaut Doué, who good left back as well. And Austin Deleuze with that fantastic goal. He was brilliant. Thibaut Doué going to come on, former West Virginia Mountaineer.
Yeah, we'll see where he lines up, but he's probably going to play that left side of midfield role. Marcel Canziora can slide into the deep lying midfield role that Austin Deleuze was playing.
Boy, at halftime, the E-Dog, Evan Badler, our producer, brought out the moon. It was bright, full moon going. Great job by our crew, Evan Badler, Joe Idriva Ferrara, Savannah Revel, the youngster Colin Thrash, Ian Lang, Curtis Adams, Cam Newworth, Noah Seidenberg. Yellow card for Brian Ware, but good work as well. Taylor, ooh, is hit on the head right there. That is, I wonder if the 4th official saw it.
Yeah.
We may go back to that. Here's Miller, back across. Rios has 2, and how about North Carolina FC? It's 6-1.
Yeah, they're absolutely rolling right now, but you see DJ Taylor, he's down. I think the assistant referee saw this, the 4th official here on the near side. I think we might have a
red card.
Red card coming here. Daniel Rios is celebrating the goal, and well-deserved. Another ball, another assist for Stephen Miller. But it was difficult to see in live time, but DJ Taylor took a shot here. I'm not sure the referee is going to pick him up, but we'll see it here. It's late. Calvert, two-handed shove, almost a forearm into the back of the head of DJ Taylor. He's got to get a card at this point. And there's the goal again from Rios. Great finish from him, but watch it here. This ball's away. Look at this. Forearm shiver to the back of the head. That's a red card for me. There's no reason for that. It doesn't look like the referee's going to do anything.
He didn't see it.
Yeah.
He didn't ask for any help either. He just didn't see it, so there's not really anything he can do on it. But you would have thought the fourth official was going to bring more attention to it. Here's the thing, though. You got to look at the dynamics. It's 6-1 as well, right? Here's the thing, though. If USL looks at that later, I'm not sure what that will mean. Daniel Rios with 2 goals, though, 14 and 15.
Yeah, you got to love it. I mean, I get Caleb Calvert. He's frustrated. This whole Charlotte team is frustrated, but taking a shot at a guy like that, especially a headshot, I mean, that's just uncalled for.
Six to 1.
Yes. This is how rivalry games are started, Dean. Things like this. When you absolutely get smashed and the next time you play, there's a little bit extra on the line.
So Colin Clark's got one more sub he can use, and looks like the youngster from Broughton High School down the road in Raleigh, Dre Fortune, is going to get a little run here. See how much fun he can have.
Yeah, we'll see who he takes out. If he likes to take out Daniel Rios, maybe rest his center forward, maybe Zach Steinberger.
I think you do Steinberger just so the Oak City supporters, this great crowd here tonight on a Saturday night, so they can give him a round of applause. I don't know if that's...
You think Steinberger?
Well, yeah, I think Steinberger.
I'm going Rios.
Got to give the man a round of applause,
you're
right? Finally.
Veterans, right?
First time.
Yeah, he is going to get clapped off as well as all his teammates coming over. You don't usually see that in a substitution during a game where almost everybody on the field on your team is coming over to congratulate you, but I think he's meant that much tonight to this team.
Welcome to North Carolina FC, number 23, Zach Steinberger with the brace.
Standing O.
Yeah. Touch of class here by the coaching staff, I think, right here. I mean, the 3 guys he took out, and Rios has been great, but it took Rios a little bit longer to join in. Ready from the start, Shipolani, Austin DeLuz, and Steinberger, and those are the 3 subs.
Yeah, absolutely unbelievable. What a performance by him, and a good run. Dre Fortune's going to get a little time here, 10, 12 minutes. See what he can do.
I'd like to see him just show some pop right here. Yeah, right down the middle. Go ahead, Dre Fortune. Hit it right now. Oh, knocked away. Why not?
Oh. Who wants to score a goal tonight? It's who wants to score from North Carolina FC. Dre Fortune just getting subbed on. I think it's a great first touch here. This is a fantastic opportunity for him. His first touch on the ball, and it's a good save in the end by Dykstra. Gets down low, gets that big palm on it.
That pass came from Canziora, who came off the bench, and now he's getting ready to take the corner kick. Oh my, I thought it was 7 for sure. And Dre Fortune, you know, I wanted to see that urgency, that pop from this young man, right? He's got all that skill, but wanted him to get fired up. Wouldn't have mind if he just did the full dive into the boneyard if he scored that one. 82nd minute, Canziora, he can serve a good ball, folks.
Tobin.
Connor Tobin, we would go robot.
Yeah, I tell you. Yeah.
That would be a different kind of robot.
It really would.
Mike Jeffrey's going to make one more change. Ricardo Vedrez is going to come on for Calvert. That's probably a good idea, I would say.
Off. I mean, Calvert's done a lot of running, but just a tough game for him tonight. The missed opportunities, the offsides. Look at this. It's wide open for North Carolina FC.
Miller's calling for it, and he'll take another shot spilled by Dykstra. Fortune was almost there.
I mean, there's just space all over the field against this Charlotte team.
What's going on that back line back there for
it's
Charlotte?
the back line. It's the midfielders. You see how much space there is between the center forwards and the back line. North Carolina FC playing quickly with some precise passing, and Rios is going to score again here.
Dykstra way off his line! No! Jason Gary said Rios is going to score again.
He should have scored again.
Woo! Dykstra, no man's land.
Second half hat trick. That'd been pretty nice for Rios. I mean, I'm not sure what Charlotte's doing on the back line here. And he just hits this thing wide, but Dykstra, you're right, Dean, in no man's land. No clue on how to save that one. Rios just misses it wide.
Just soaking it in now. I mean, this is just one of those special performances. And it's one of those where you start thinking crazy talk, right? As you said, the top of the class is FC Cincinnati. Then you start thinking about some of the players for North Carolina FC. If they brought their A game, what could happen? You know, that's when crazy talk gets going. But we've got some good players on this team, North Carolina FC.
We absolutely do. And what this kind of a victory does, Dean, though, it just builds confidence for everyone, right? The whole program. Even the guys that didn't get in the game tonight, but man, you're going to walk out of this game feeling on cloud 9 and looking to next week and say, who's coming into town? We're going to whop them a go and score a bunch more goals. I mean, that's what you get. The feeling like this could be great for the run in towards the playoffs here.
Charlotte Independent showing a little fight here. This could be a goal. It is. What a play. Wow. What a phenomenal diving header right there. Are you kidding me? Armin. Perfect service. He gets low and with his head goes across Tambakis, and that's a great goal.
It sure was. We've seen some unbelievable goals here tonight. Great ball in from the outside. Cut here. Armin just finds his way on the back post. Poor marking for North Carolina FC. I think it was Guillen who just kind of cheating a little bit. Tambakis is going to be upset with his defenders for letting a goal in there. Unmarked on the back post.
Give the Charlotte Independents all kind of credit, sticking with it. Well, you talk about a diving header low to the ground. He's really popped it with his head across Tambakis.
Into the far post. Talk about getting your money's worth, though. Coming to a game here tonight.
Woo!
8 goals. So far.
I'll tell you what, you got to think Dre Fortune playing up top with Rios. Rios might be thinking hat trick. And meanwhile, Armin and some of the subs, they're not done. Here's a good ball. Flicked over. Mwapi, who had the assist to Armin. He's on it now. That means Armin could make a run again. This time Miller checks where he is, though. Down near the end line. Dangerous. Crossed. And sent in by Ekra, but too high and out of bounds. Mwapi pretty good on that right side.
Yeah, he's been dangerous since coming on the field. Ekra, a frustrating night for him. He had some good moments in the first half, but just nothing really going for him in the second here.
Fans saying our state.
Yeah, this is really just about managing it now for North Carolina FC. Nothing silly. Good job there by Graham Smith, just playing it safe.
Zach Steinberger, he's got a brace. Daniel Rios, goal number 14 and 15 on the season. He's got a brace. Austin DeLuz and Stephen Miller with that little sitter that perhaps even I would have been able to knock in. I might have roofed it, though. Miller. Oh, wow. I don't know about that right foot. It was, yeah, Miller. You see Miller point. He might be right. That right foot might have been over that line.
Yeah, Dykstra playing with fire there.
Let's see
here. I thought he was going to try to catch it here. Realized where he is.
Okay, it's inside the line.
There.
Great job. Ian Lang on replay. Nice work by the crew. They've scored 8 goals themselves. Dykstra. make it interesting.
Interesting.
Smith's been solid as a rock too.
Doing his deal right in the middle of the park.
Again.
Yeah, it's hard to pick out a player from North Carolina FC that hasn't had a good game tonight, right?
Can't do it.
Everyone's had a really good game and some exceptional games from some of these guys.
Yeah, can't do it. Early on, obviously they were not able to mark George, right, when he hit that one. He was pretty wide open, so you'll break that one down. This last one, I mean, you just scored 6 goals. Yeah, you can't do it other than that first goal.
Yep, that's it.
All right, we'll be right back here next Saturday as the North Carolina FC returns here to take on the Tampa Bay Rowdies. Tickets to the match are on sale now. Make sure you get your tickets. And how about September 8th? We got a double header out here. North Carolina FC and then North Carolina Courage, back-to-back games on the 8th. Can't wait. Deflected. Maybe a corner kick for Charlotte. Well done, Charlotte, for just continuing to play on. You know, these subs coming off the bench, they want to play, and they're making a difference.
Yeah, after a 6-2 scoreline, Chris Jeffrey's going to be looking at everyone play tonight. He's going to earn a spot next week.
Wapi. Back across. Tambakis is there. Ooh, he decides to fall it out. I didn't know if he was going to just go ahead and boom it. That's probably fair play right there.
Yep.
Up 6-2.
Can't be much stoppage time. At some point, referees say, we're done here.
Yeah, we mentioned referee Chick Hearn, Jello's jiggling. 2 minutes.
Ladies and gentlemen, our fourth official is
Ray Fortune.
2 minutes of added time in the second half.
Steve Miller, one bad touch all day.
Well, that pass wasn't exactly there, though.
That was a difficult one. His left foot, though, instead of his right.
All right, so here we go. About 90 seconds remaining in this one. Charlotte Independence were leading this game 1-0. It was answered. 1-1, DJ Taylor. DJ Taylor's gonna go for it. Taylor gonna look up, take a shot, and that one will go off the video board.
Off the Bojangles sign up there. His eyes got big, though, that defender. What a great play by him to steal the ball in midfield. Can't blame him for going for goal. They'll get a little bit of needling, though, in the locker room, though, after that. After this game for that one.
Alex Martinez, Tambakis will try to close this one out.
The Deadwell chant going on in the supporter section right now.
They brought their A game too, right?
Party tailgate before the game.
Those luchadors are going to see some bonus time, I think, tonight around town.
Yeah, that's right.
Miller.
The ball.
Rios, can he get the hat trick? He cannot. So close.
Oh, that would have been the perfect
popping three. And there's the final whistle. A brace from the newest member, Zach Steinberger. Daniel Rios also. The handshake there. Colin Clark and Mike Jeffries. 6-2, North Carolina FC.
Dean, I think the score says it all. Unbelievable performance from North Carolina FC. Just offensive fireworks. Steinberger was huge coming in this team and inspired him a little bit. T. Shipalani was excellent for me. Daniel Rios with 2 goals. Stephen Miller, I mean, the whole team. Excellent performances all across the park here.
Austin DeLuz as well. 6 goals for North Carolina FC. And because we've got the best crew in the business, we're going to take a look at all 6 of them, I think, before we go off the air. And let's do it right now. Let's have some fun.
Tell you what, T. Shipalani there on the far side. He was excellent. Here's Zach Steinberger's the big goal in the first half to tie it up. The bicycle kick into the back of the net. Great ball in from T. Shipolani. And look at this finish. Overhead kick right past Dykstra.
One practice in there and a goal for North Carolina FC for Steinberger.
Yeah, that was huge. It was right after Charlotte had taken the lead. And then here you go, great ball here from Julito Fernandez. Plays a ball in here for Steinberger with the assist. A simple finish in the end from Stephen Miller, but great combination play by those three players. Great ball across from Steinberger and a simple tap in for Mr. Miller.
Miller time gives North Carolina FC the lead, and Steinberger with the assist.
And then it just kept going, Dean, the attacking from North Carolina FC. Great outside pass from Austin Luzier. Good ball from Stephen Miller, and Steinberger with a brave header in front of Dykstra. Put it in the back of the net. And North Carolina FC were off and running.
If you're keeping track, 2 goals and an assist for number 23. That will merit a yellow card. Jump into the Oak City supporters.
Yeah, then Austin Lewis, he had to get on the act a little bit. Look at this from outside the box. No one steps up. He smashes this thing past the goalkeeper. Good shot near post. Goalkeeper not able to make the save and celebrates in front of the fans.
Little left-footed thunder from the Benjamin Button of the team to lose. And how about Daniel Rios?
Yeah, he was a little jealous. He wanted to get on the scoreline a little bit there, Dean. Great finish from him on the free kick. No doubt he was going to take it as soon as he was fouled. Good finish for the leading scorer.
Yeah, he earned it. He took it. He smashed it.
And then here you go. More good combination play. Charlotte wide open on the defensive end. Stephen Miller across to Daniel Rios and a simple tap-in finish. 6 yards out, and he gets his brace.
Daniel Rios so close to a hat trick as well. Goal number 14 and 15. Steinberger got 2. Miller in on that hug. He got 1. Every Oak City supporter is going to want to give a high five to number 23, Zach Steinberger.
Yeah, what a great signing for this team. And you feel like in the stretch run, Dean, if he's going to be on form like that with Daniel Rios and the rest of this team, they're going to score some goals and really make a run to get above that line.
Speaking of high fives to our crew, the E-Dog Evan Badler, Joe Ferrara, Savannah Revel, Colin Thrash, Ian Lang, Brian Ware, Curtis Adams, Cam Newworth, Noah Seidenberg. High fives all around. And here's the deal. We get to do it next week as well. Tampa Bay coming to town next Saturday, and North Carolina FC going to keep trying to climb that ladder.
Absolutely. They're going to have an opportunity trying to get a 9-point homestand here. Dykstra, a tough night for him. Charlotte will reload. They've got a game next week as well with North Carolina FC. Great performance, probably the best one of the season for me, not just because of the goals, but just the way they played throughout this entire game.
3 games in a row. Don't forget on September 8th, we got that doubleheader. Both teams, North Carolina FC, North Carolina Courage, top-level soccer.
Yeah, it's going to be good stuff. Great time to take in some soccer around the triangle. Hopefully fill up this stadium for that doubleheader. Should be excellent.
Soak it in for my national champion, college player of the year, and MLS Cup champion, Jason Gary. I'm Dean Linke. We say it a lot. How about North Carolina FC 6 times tonight as they knock off the Charlotte Independents in the Southern Derby by a score of 6-2, and their newest member, Zach Steinberger, was electrifying. Once again, your final score, North Carolina FC 6, Charlotte Independents 2.
This copyrighted telecast of the United Soccer League may not be retransmitted, rebroadcast, or reproduced without the express written consent of the United Soccer League.